everybody, before I get into this story, it's important that I explain to you about my stance in reference to the police. Yes, I am pro-police. I am a former police officer, and I don't have any problems with the police officers down here in a red city, in a red state. So I don't experience the things that a lot of people experience in blue cities or a blue state. Understand, just like the military, the police are not a monolithic group. They are not all the same. They don't think the same. They don't act the same. And they don't vote the same. So you have liberal police just like you have conservative police officers. So that is you need to understand that, because that's very important. Now, when there are crooked cops, I will call them out. And many of you know I have called them out. And when I see something that has been done unjustly by the police, I will also call them out. And one of several bad actions by a police officer was the shooting of Justine Diamond. I am just blown away with what I'm about to tell you today. But let's just get it out of the way. Let's just pull the Band-Aid off and just reveal to you what just happened. I was going through the news and I am blown away that Mohammed Noor had his murder conviction tossed out. Just tossed out. And his sentence has been reduced. Now, I don't have to read to you this entire article. For those of you who don't know, I know this story like the back of my hand, because I was one of the few who came out after Mohammed Noor, who just shot this unarmed, petite, tiny woman who was in a very nice neighborhood. Okay, the thing about this is, okay, all right, let me just calm down, because this is one of those stories. So this is what happened. This is Justine Diamond. She is from Australia, okay? And this is Mohammed Noor. He was a police officer for the Minneapolis Police Department. Justine was hearing a woman being violated, so she called the police. And of course, this is in a nice area of Minneapolis. So when you go to a low crime area, the police are not familiar with that area. So therefore, they have to use their GPS system, or they have to get cross streets from the dispatcher. So they're not used to these areas. And I'm speaking from experience, and other police officers are going to agree with me. So the high crime areas, you know those like the back of your hand. So they were not coming fast enough for her. And I think 15 minutes went by, and she called them again asking where were they, and they didn't arrive yet. So when they finally arrived, she was in her pajamas, right? Just in her pajamas, and she came up to the police car, and that's when that's when this idiot who's sitting in the passenger seat. Okay, let me just spot this for you, all right? You have the sergeant, the supervisor, all right, who's driving the squad car, and have Mohammed Noor, who's in the passenger seat. Justine goes to the driver's side door where the sergeant was, and he reaches into his holster, pull out his gun, and shoots her one time in the stomach. It ruptured, I think, her spine and a major artery, and she passed away at the scene from that one bullet. Now, he said he was spooked, or she looked like she was going to pull out a gun or some kind of stuff, but he said he did it in self-defense. And by the way, I'm going to come after a so-called libertarian Twitch streamer who made excuses for this one, but I'll save that later. So he was sentenced. Well, Oh God, I'm not going to re-record this because the reaction that you see right now is I'm just going to just let it stay here. Usually I just re-record this. Okay. So, he was sentenced to more than 12 years in prison in June of 2019 for the fatal shooting of unarmed Australian yoga teacher. Yeah, she was a yoga teacher. And I think it was murder. And hold on, let me see. I don't want to guess. I know let me see. Third degree murder. There we go. The Minnesota Supreme Court on Wednesday reversed the third degree murder conviction of former Minneapolis police officer Mohammed Noor, who fatally shot a 911 caller 4 years ago. Noor was also convicted of second degree manslaughter in the death of Justine I can't pronounce her middle name, but Diamond, on July the 15th. So he was found guilty of third degree murder and second degree murder. All right. And got 12 years. All right. So you can compare this to Derek Chauvin if you want to. It'll be a good comparison. And the verdict still stands. The former officer will be resentenced for the manslaughter conviction alone, as opposed to the 12 and a half year penalty handed down to him in 2019 for murder. Noor is now looking at a sentence between 41 months. I hate when they do this. 3 to 4 months. 3 to 4 years. He's going to be set. Hold on, let me make sure. Hold on, because I had to get a calculator, right? So let's see. 41, that's 57. Let me see. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. 41 to 57 months. So that's 57 and 41. Yeah. 3 to 4 years. He's about to get out of jail. Okay? Now, what's wrong with this picture? You really need to look. Hold on. Before I show you this video, hold on a second. Let's look at this video here. It just amazes me that people want to sit up here and say whiteness has a lot of priority. Really? CRT folks? Really? Really? And just to be fair, the reason why he is getting off scot-free, not scot-free, but instead of him serving a 12 and a half year sentence, all right, he's about to get released from a 3 to 4 year sentence. The reason why there is no outrage for her versus just like similar to George Floyd, was because her shooting was not caught on camera. And also she's white and she's a woman. So, and he's a black male from Somalia. So there's that. So do you understand the dynamics here of why there was no outrage on this shooting, which he is guilty. He is totally guilty. There's no way she could pose a threat to him while he's sitting in the passenger seat of his car, of the squad car. But I'm going to show you crooked. I'm going to show you how crooked these people are, because I knew this all along. And the cameras, they'd have fixed them where you can't do it anymore. But they kept turning their cameras on and off to cover for one another. Watch this. See, so y'all can't always, I don't take up for bad police officers. If you are a bad police officer, I will basically call you out. So check this out. Watch this. Let me make sure you see this, because this is a very important video that you all need to watch in a minute. Because this is going to shed light on why he should be serving those entire 12 and a half years. Here we go.
For the first time, we are seeing some of the evidence from the trial of former officer Mohammed Noor, who was convicted of murder in the shooting death of Justine Ruszczyk-Damon. Lou Raguth digs into the information. We have blurred parts of video, but some might still find the content disturbing.
I can hear someone out the back, and I'm not sure if she's having being.
This 911 call from Justine Rushek-Damon is what eventually led officers Mohammed Noor and Matthew Harity to the alley behind her South Minneapolis home.
It sounds like noises, but it's been going on for a while, and I think I just heard help, and it sounds distressed.
8 minutes later, Justine called 911 again, wondering where the officers are.
Yep, officers are on the way there.
5 more minutes pass, and after approaching the police car with her cell phone in her hand, Justine was shot dead.
Stay with me.
A teen passing on his bike shot this cell phone video right after the shooting.
What's happening, sir?
Just back up for him. Just back up. You can videotape. Just back up.
51st and Washburn?
Yep.
Other Minneapolis police officers, hearing the radio call of shots fired, respond. They think they need to look for a shooting suspect. No one says exactly what happened.
Is there anybody else? No. It's officer shot. Officer shoot it. Okay.
The jury in the Mohammed Noor trial saw all these videos and more. Here, just minutes after the shooting,
what's going on?
We hear from Noor's partner, Matthew Harity.
The call over here, someone was screaming in the back. We pulled up here. We were about ready to just clear and go to another call. She just came up out of nowhere on the side of the thing. And we both got spooked. I had my gun out. I didn't fire, and then Noor pulled out and fired.
Prosecutors said the video...
Okay, that was not true. He did not have his gun out. He did not have his gun out. He did not pull his gun out at all. The thing about it is they were trying to get the story together and before the supervisor got there. So they were covering for each other because the white supervisor sitting in the driver's seat knew that his black partner was going to be in trouble because he shot this woman for nothing. They're in a squad car. This woman is in her pajamas, itty bitty woman, okay? And she just comes up to the squad car and he pulls out his gun and shoots her one time. The person, and actually in the testimony, in the court testimony, the prosecutor asked the sergeant, hey, would you have shot her? He was like, no, I wouldn't have never shot her. I wouldn't have pulled my gun and shot her at all. I pointed my gun at her at all. So what's the difference? I don't understand. Please understand, this is totally different than putting your knee on someone's neck. Derek Chauvin put his knee on George Floyd's neck. Mohammed Noor shot a woman, an unarmed, petite woman who was just standing on the other side of the driver's door. So how... You got spooked? Come on now. Once again, I got to put emphasis on it. They're in a safe neighborhood. So it's not like they're in the hood that they got to be on red alert. And the dispatcher told them that a woman was calling in reference to the noises that she was hearing. So how did they get... I don't even need to go into this rant again. My thing is that he was more than guilty. So there's no question about it. But like I said, there is no outrage for this because it wasn't caught on camera like the George Floyd situation.
Show officers covering for each other. There's Noor.
You all right? Yeah. Just keep your mouth shut until you have to say anything you like.
And Sergeant Shannon Barnett admitted in testimony she did not mean to record this video. Her body camera captured it without sound because the cameras include a 30-second cache prior to pushing the button. Take another look. Prosecutors say Noor is demonstrating to Barnett how he fired the shot.
Find out the direction he shot and all that.
So you see what I'm saying? If you're sitting there, he just showed everybody what he just showed you on the camera. He's sitting down. Pull out his gun out of his holster, and then boom! Like what? How? No, you don't do that. You have to make sure that is a threat, and obviously it wasn't a threat. It wasn't. And if you guys want to look at any of my videos from my past, I think they're on my Just Tree 411 channel. I talked about this case in detail, and I was against everything that the Minneapolis Police Department was doing. They were crooked, they was taking up for each other, and they was covering for a bad police officer.
Was in the car.
But on the witness stand, Barnett said Knorr never told her anything about the shooting, even though under MPD policy, she was supposed to ask a couple basic questions, like the direction of the shot. The videos show confusion.
At first I thought maybe he shot somebody.
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
he hit the person?
in the stomach.
Really?
I think she's, I don't know what the deal
Shut
was.
up.
Yeah.
And they also show the officers turning their body cameras on and off.
Are we supposed to keep ours on this whole time? I don't know.
No.
Yeah, turn it off. Turn it off. It's not right now.
It took hours before officers figured out the victim was Justine. Barnett even left her a voicemail from the crime scene.
Hey, Justine, this is Sergeant Barnett, Minneapolis Police. Say, I know you called in on a unknown trouble call of a woman screaming, and I have a question for you, and it's pretty important. If you could call me back as soon as you get this, please.
The one thing not captured in the evidence was Justine approaching the car and the shot itself. But the jury still decided it was murder.
And the court is still in the process of redacting the body cameras of Knorr and Harity and the first officers who arrived after the shooting because of the graphic content. Now we have more of the trial exhibits available on KARE11.com.
Okay. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not going to go into this video of him like, oh, I'm so sorry, just any other. You cannot sit up here and tell me that there is a certain group of people that have more privilege than the other. Okay? This man is guilty, and he just, you know what? We're just gonna throw out. What was the one that they threw out? Let's see. He was reversed. They reversed the 3rd-degree murder one. They reversed the 3rd degree. Yeah. They reversed the 3rd-degree murder, kept the 2nd degree, and said, you could just stay in there for 4 years. It's okay. It's okay. So do you see the two different things, okay? You see the different... Let me just say this one last time, just in case y'all a little slow, all right? The difference between the two cases of George Floyd and Justine Diamond is this. George Floyd is black and Justine is white. Derek Chauvin is white. Mohammed Noor is a black Somalian immigrant, but he's legal. So there's that. So I am beyond blown away, but yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section below. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell, and I will see you all on the next video. Go to treeoflogic.com. If you don't see me post anything on here for 2 or more days, go to treeoflogic.com, click on the news and update section, and you will see what has happened. Find me on my website, treeoflogic.com. Remember that. Go there now, treeoflogic.com. Bookmark that site right now. It's mine. That's my main platform. Later, taters.